Okay, so my name is Shruti Kumari, and I'm from Delhi, and I'm doing my master's in finance from University of Edinburgh, which is according to QS 16th best in the world right now. And um, I am almost done with my second semester and looking forward for my dissertation period. If I talk about the course, it is actually a little difficult, no doubt. No doubt, it's challenging, and I mean, everyone knows that MSc Finance is not going to be a cakewalk,
Mhm.
but it is a lot technical than I expected. So, yeah, I mean, I'm having a good time.
So, how is MSc in finance different from MBA? Like, what is the difference between the?
So, MBA is very generic, it's like they teach you everything, but a
Oh,
little bit of everything. But when it comes to MSc Finance, they go very deep inside it. Like, they get very technical. They make you understand how everything works from the very start, even if there's a formula, how it was derived. And, like there's certain things which I still don't understand. Like, there are so many tools and softwares which can do all these calculations, but we are taught from scratch and expected to learn that as well, which I don't personally like. But yeah, I mean, MSc Finance is very technical and very deep inside finance, and MBA is just like touching and going every subject. So yeah, that's the difference.
so what was the motivation behind going for this particular course, and also, before choosing a country, like what was there in your mind?
So I mean, I started very raw. I mean, I was like open to any country and multiple courses, not like any course, but I had some two, three courses in mind, which I was open to. And I was open to each and every country. So I listed down all the countries. Um, and it was US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and UK. These were the final countries I started with. And then US has a very weird rule of PRs and everything, which
Right.
made it less. And at that time, even Trump was there. Biden still makes it more alluring. And then also because finance is a STEM course in some of the universities and not in some of the universities. And if you're not a STEM course, you won't get the stay back in US.
Right.
So um, that eliminated US for me. Then I went to Canada as an Indian, and then there the problem is you need 16. This was there for US as well. You need 16 years of education, and
Okay.
I've done BCom, so that's 15 years of education. So
Okay.
for all the very good universities, you are almost rejected because you don't have 16 years of education. So in
Okay.
Canada also, I could not apply to universities, but colleges. So I was like, no, I'm not spending so much and going to a college. Then Canada was also eliminated. Then I was down to New Zealand, Australia, and UK. Then New Zealand, I personally did not like as such because, not heard about it a lot. I mean, it's a very beautiful place, but
Mhm.
yeah, still. So I was like, okay, let's just leave that. Then Australia and UK. And I applied to multiple universities in Australia and UK. Then I got best universities in Australia, University of Melbourne. And I did not, which I still regret, I did not apply to many good universities in UK, like the tier one, because I
Mhm.
thought I won't be able to get through. So there's
Okay.
no point wasting the application money and then going through the whole procedure, blah, 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 which I regret because even I thought I won't get through Edinburgh because according to the ranking and everything, it's 16th best. And I didn't think that my CV and my background in finance was strong enough. But yeah, I got selected, and then I realized I should have applied for an even better ones like Imperial or London School. But then it's okay, it's fine. Then Australia, I got my offers and I was happy with it. Australia is a little expensive because first of all, the courses there are 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
which is 1 year in UK. So that was one reason I was tilted towards UK. And secondly, during this COVID, Australia was very strict.
Right.
So they were like, either you defer your this thing, or do it online. I'm like, no, no. I'm like it's almost like 50 lakhs or something. Why would I do an online course for that?
Right.
So then Australia got ruled out because of COVID. Then there was only one country left, UK, wherein I applied for Glasgow, University of Glasgow, Warwick Business School, Manchester, Edinburgh. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's it. And I got through all of them. Now
Okay.
was the question what to do about all the universities. And the good part was I even got a 7 lakh scholarship from Glasgow.
Okay.
But then I did all my research. I sat with my parents that what should I do. The course was anyway cheaper in Glasgow, and I got 7 lakh scholarship also. Edinburgh is the most expensive out of all. So I was like, what should I do? Then I was like, okay, I'm going to do the masters once. Let's just forget the money and do it, whatever is the best option available. And then Glasgow was 78th best in QS. So being an outsider, I don't know how to judge.
Right.
Like, obviously, everyone writes best things about them. So QS is something which looks like, okay, they are neutral and maybe they're not biased and they'll tell us the truth. So according to QS, Edinburgh was 16th and Glasgow was 78th. So I was like, oh, that's a lot of difference. I should just go for Edinburgh. Then I accepted the offer. I paid the advance money, whatever was required. And then I started the visa application, everything. So it was all sorted that I'm coming here, decided. And then finally I came here. I mean, I knew it's gonna be a mess, but it was like I was expecting maths, I was expecting calculations, everything,
Mhm.
but it was a lot more than my expectations. So it's a little overwhelming in the start because it's it's like far more difficult than you imagined. I mean, at least I would say for like University of Edinburgh's MSc Finance. And for the courses, actually, I had like three courses in mind: business analysis,
Mhm.
MSc Finance, or management. So, business analysis, I did my research. I talked to people who did those courses, and they were like, it somewhere requires a background in science.
Okay.
It is a lot of coding, and I was like, okay, I don't want to get into something which I am not able to cope up later. So I was like, okay, because business analysis is very up and coming. So I wanted to get into it. But then I realized I don't have the background of it.
Mhm.
So no point struggling there, going there and struggling. So I was like, okay. Then I was left with management and MSc finance. So management, that like I told you, MBA or masters in management is
Mhm.
very generic. You do not like, specialize in anything.
Right.
So I mean, the good part is you can apply for whatever job you want. But the bad part is you are a doctor of nothing, actually.
Mhm.
Basically, you don't know anything in deep. So it's like, nee, let's just specialize so that I can like make a career in that. And finance in itself is a very broad concept. Like, you can go into hardcore finance, desk job, do calculation, research, make models, or you can do a client facing job. So I still had a lot of options in finance also. So I was like, okay, I'll go in this direction. I mean, I don't have any as such hardcore background in finance. I have done Bachelor of Commerce from Delhi University, but
Mhm.
that's very generic. That's more towards accountancy than finance.
Mhm.
And the work ex I had was not in hardcore finance. It was a little bit finance, but yeah, it was more of business consultant.
Okay.
So that's why I was shocked. I was like, why I'm selected for MSc finance? But I think, yeah. So that's how I got into finally University of Edinburgh. And was like, I was super excited when I got the offer because first of all, I was not expecting it. And second, I mean, it's just good to know that you are in the top 20 of the world. I mean, it's a big
Right.
deal.